think clearly he's spent a lot of time and worked very hard with the players about the defensive shape. And sometimes when you do that and you do it too much and you do it too often, you kind of inhibit the players a little bit, and it looks like that. You know, whenever Spurs win the ball back quickly and get after the opposition at pace, then it all looks natural. But when it comes to them actually having the ball and trying to pass it around and people making runs and connecting and getting from back to middle to front, there's absolutely none of that. They almost look as though they're not sure how to do that anymore. So I think they're just stuck in this. Listen, we can win the ball back and just go 100 miles an hour straight after the opposition. Otherwise, we're not quite sure what else to do. That's what it looks like.
Do you agree, Don? Is it almost like the mindset that's been instilled into them?
Yeah, 100%. And it's not easy as a player if the manager's having you and drilling you on how to play counter-attacking football. And I can half get by with what Jose done against Liverpool, or try to do against Liverpool. I can half get by that because Liverpool are a top-class side. But when you play Wolves, even though I respect Wolves and they're a good side, when you score after just under a minute, surely you've got to have enough about you as a manager or a team to go on and try and get on the front foot and not have 7 men behind the ball and just hope that Kane, Son and Ndombele get you another goal. It was just like, it was the Jose performance that we've seen before. We've seen it against Crystal Palace when they were winning 1-0 and they ended up drawing that game 1-1. Then Liverpool smashed Crystal Palace by 7 a week later. That's what you do against sides when you score early. You get after them and your mindset changes. You almost like, you reset yourself and go, well, forget about that early goal. It's still 0-0. Let's still drive on and get the next goal in the game. Tottenham seem afraid to me. They seem very afraid to try and open up. That's why Jose's drilling them, 7 men behind the ball, be hard to beat. But what you do is you allow good teams like Wolves and even the likes of Crystal Palace, as I said, if you give them enough possession and give them a little bit of momentum, good teams can hurt you. And by the way, Tottenham probably should have lost that game. Fabio Silva had a header at the end of the game. I think in the 94th minute, he had a simple header to make it 2-1. And he should have scored. So Jose's got to arrest the style that he's got his team playing in.
But he says that he's been telling them not to play that style, Frank.
Yeah, so we have learned something, that the player don't listen to Jose Mourinho, which is not that good, you know. And the fact is, he admitting that they have some problems in the dressing room because they play too deep. And he said, I didn't want them to play like that. So again, they don't listen to him. But I think he's not aware of modern football as well, because mostly, I think 65% of the goals are scored from set pieces, which is part of the game. And which is not part of the game for Jose Mourinho, because he said he did everything, but they conceded a goal from set pieces. He's completely part of the game, or part of defending as well. So he said as well that, in fact, he admitting that he has only one option, is defending, that you score a goal, you defend, you win 1-0, and bye-bye. And that's what I don't agree with him, is I think, as a great coach that he is, as he's shown before, and with the element that he has in the team, he should be able to have another option and score all the goals and not all the time by counterattacks. So that speech, that comment is not good enough for me to explain why something is wrong with Spurs and why they can't win games against Wolves.
Stevie, just take us into the mind of the players. If you've got Mourinho at half-time telling you, don't go too deep, don't sit too deep, and yet you do. What's going on there, if indeed that is what you said?
Well, it's very simple, Dan, because I started off by saying that he's obviously spent a lot of time drilling into them what he wants defensively. And so what you end up doing is you end up taking a split second to think about whether he should go or not. Because you're so used to, or you've gone through, a period of 4 or 5 games when it's all about positional sense. Don't open up. Don't leave holes. Make sure you're safe rather than sorry. To try and turn around and tell somebody, forget all that and go after it, it doesn't work that way. Your mind, you're about to set off, and all of a sudden, because of the drills you've been doing, you go, well, hold on a second. Unfortunately, in the Premier League, that split second that you waste thinking about it, everything starts again. And so that's why they can't get out it.
How's that 50% looking for Spurs to win the title, Don?
That is way down. that is closer to 5.
You still give them a 5% chance?
5 or 4, something like that.
It's going down as we speak.
Thanks so much for watching ESPN on YouTube. And for more sports highlights and analysis, be sure to download the ESPN app. And for premium content and live streaming, subscribe to ESPN Plus.